extensive patch notes on tomorrow's update. Yeah, it is that time of the day, people, where we're looking at the extensive patch notes in Need for Speed Heat. Now, seriously, these are absolutely crazy. You are going to be shocked with stuff that I didn't even know was happening in the game, and we're going to see, and we're actually going to read through all this, which is something somewhat very bizarre with some of the problems, and I'm hoping they're fixing a lot of problems, stopping in the middle of the road, or just spawning right in front of you, out of nowhere. Yeah, it's just absolutely bizarre, people. We're going to go straight through this anyway, and I thought I'd do what, we'll do a bit of a serious video today. Be honest, we've got a lot to go through, but anyways, let's do this. We have got the Need for Speed Heat January update notes, and it says, hello there, welcome to the first update notes of 2020. You will find a detailed overview of additions and changes to the game, as well as an extensive list of bug fixes. You have been providing a lot of feedback, and reading through the below changes, you might find a few changes that you have reported yourself. We appreciate it. Following that on, we've also got, we touch on the steering wheels, tell you a bit about the chat wheel, introduce the key to the map, which to be honest to me, I just think it's pointless. Why do we want to cheat in the game? And a few other nice tweaks you haven't heard of yet, which sounds very, very promising indeed. We hope that you enjoy the update once it releases tomorrow morning, European time, and that it improves your experience in driving around Palm City. And then we've just got the update notes, we've got the additions, we've got the steering wheel, which I did mention in a previous video. If you missed that video out, go check it. It's going to be in the link in the description, or an annotation is going to pop up there. Click there. It's not really good, especially without the cockpit view. I don't really see the reason to add steering wheel support, but people will enjoy it, so it's whatever it is. Also, we've got the chat wheel. Once again, it should have been in Need for Speed Heat at the start of the game. Like, I don't understand why it wasn't, because to be honest, it's not very difficult to actually make this and add it into a game, especially that it was in Need for Speed Payback. Keys to the map. You might notice a U tab in the menu. The in-game store, it will feature the keys to the map. Basically, what it's going to do is going to reveal basically everything around the map, so you don't have to take your time and find that. So, like, obviously, I don't even have the Ferrari 488 history yet, so it'll come in handy for me, but then again, I'd rather do it myself because it will make me explore more around the map. But whatever. So we've got the quality of life improvement. So this is what people have been wanting for a pretty damn while now, and they've gone and done it. So using a controller with a manual transition, you have been bringing this one up a lot, and I know loads of people have. You've been commenting on my videos about the manual transition with the controller. But when you're driving using the manual transmission on a controller, the bumper buttons not only are shifting up and down, but shares a lot of different functionalities depending on context. You can bribe a cop, enter the garage, start an event, swap a car, and more, especially when shifting up after leaving the garage. This can be slightly awkward. To improve the experience, all actions except shifting up and down now require you to hold the buttons for a short while to prevent accidental presses. Note that this change only affects players that are using manual transitions. So yeah, that was a really big problem in Need for Speed Heat. So many people was having this problem, and to be honest, it was getting really, really frustrated, and they just wanted something different. And to be honest, they've gone a really good way about this. We actually hold the buttons to activate it, which is a very good indeed. So I'm very, very happy about that. I don't use manual transitions, to be honest, in Need for Speed Heat, but the people that do, this is definitely a massive thumbs up for you. So we've got gas stations. You've been clear on that one. You want to showcase your cars in the best light. Without any damage, we've added some functionalities to the gas stations to give your car a complete repair when driving through a gas station. Functional damage will be fixed, but also dust will be washed off and scratches will be repaired. Now, that is a good thing, but once again, that still should have been sorted at the start of the game before it actually did get released. But it's good that they've added it into the game now, because there was thousands and thousands of people just moaning about the situation. If you wanted to do like a picture, you'll still see scratches, all that type of stuff, and it was just very frustrating. But they finally managed to fix that. Yeah, it's just really good that they've actually done that. Now, this one is what I'm very interested is. It's the UI. Honestly, I was getting 10 million reputation in one night on Need for Speed Heat, which I did do that. I will upload that video in the next couple of days. I was going to upload it tonight, but I thought this is more important, and we'll get this out of the way first. So anyways, with the UI, after finishing a night event, some UI elements will now stay on your screen. Both the minimap and the speedometer will remain visible to make it easier to find your way to the nearest safe house if you want to bank your rep, or to the gas station if you need repairs and want to go again. We've added a notification to the garage that will inform you if a server will be shutting down soon. That was already there, but obviously I've never actually been in a garage when this was meant to be happening, so obviously that wasn't happening at the time, but that's obviously been fixed. Also said there was no button prompt for the back in the decal menu, so we've added one. The VoIP status bar is now visible on all screens if you are in a party. When you quit a mission or event, the UI will now prompt you that all of your progress will be lost. Yeah, once again, should have been at the start of the game. We've implemented a new waypoint icon and also polished some icons and notifications around the minimap. Is some of those notifications going to be abandoned cars? No, it's not, sadly, but it would be good if they do bring that later on in the game. But rewards for drift events, we've updated the way rewards work for drift events. Now you will receive a reward even if you don't hit the target score. So we've actually got bug fixes for missions as well. I'm not going to read all these because there's so many going about. But anyways, the first one is during the Got Your Back mission, Lucas no longer mentions the grill of Papi's Camaro before offering you the mission to acquire it. I don't even really remember that, to be honest. I'm way past that mission and I didn't really pay it much attention. When we start in the second part of the Follow the Law, Anna's subtitles will now be synced with the voice lines. I definitely do remember that. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of bug fixes for missions, but like I said, we're all near enough past that now. This game's like 4 or 5 months old, so it shouldn't really matter at this moment in time, but then again, it needed fixing anyway. So we've got loads of bug fixes for the events as well, which is just crazy. So we fixed an issue that could lead to a spectator floating, which would only be visible when playing with other players and starting on the left side of the grid. Look at this though, look at this UI here. Look, we have got so many. The bank and rep widgets will now appear in the same place across all menus. Remove some duplicate button prompts in the dealership. Now I definitely do feel like this is definitely the most important part of Under the Hood. And to us, we've got some pretty good stuff in this section. So we've got cars in garage. Starter cars will now show the customization ratings. Cars should no longer be shown with car parts missing in the garage. When cycling through the cars in the warehouse and selecting one quickly, the correct car should now be swapped to the garage main spot. So this is obviously, this next one's just for PC. When playing on a PC with a controller, pressing LB should no longer trigger the horn in the customizations menu. To be honest, I've never really experienced that, but I guess that would be quite annoying. Right, so we've got one here. When you're in a high gear and you're switching to a gearbox with fewer gears than the one previously equipped, the gear will now be switched to the highest possible gear available on the new gearbox. Example, if you are in the 7th gear and switch to a gearbox with 5 gears, it should now display that you're in 5th gear. Some crazy stuff in here that should have been fixed from the start of the game. So we've also got some fixes for like car specific parts, which is, by the looks of it, quite a lot of cars have been having problems with it. Like the Ferrari F4087 will no longer have a preview of the underglow in the swap car menu. So now we've got some visual fixes. We took another look at the lighting in the garage. Sometimes your character and one side of the car would appear darker than the other side of the car. This should now be fixed. I like how the fact that they said this should now be fixed. This is now fixed. Improved a cutscene with Anna so her hair doesn't clip with her neck anymore. Did you know that Anna is a real person and her name is Anna? Yes, Max, we did know that because she's been posting quite a lot on Twitter nowadays. So yeah. So background images in the crew menus will now fit the chosen aspects ratio. I do appreciate having this much fixed in the game, but it's just really annoying that it wasn't already sorted from the start off with. But I know for a fact not everything's going to be fixed, is it? They're going to need people's feedback to get stuff fixed, but having this many bugs and problems in the game shouldn't be to this extent, which once again I feel like it's just like really crazy, really crazy. We've got some world fixes as well. So Bayview Park moved a respawn point further away from a ramp to allow players' cars to build up enough speed to jump across the water. So we've also got Port Murphy, moved a respawn point. You should no longer be able to become stuck in a respawn loop when driving into the water in a specific location. There's so much, and it's good, it's very good. Cops should no longer start chasing you when you're driving on the monorail tracks and they drive below you and you shouldn't notice you. But anyways, with that being said, one flamingo was hovering above ground in the Florenta Hills, another one in Blackwood Heights, but they're grounded now. So anyways, here is the performance. Hopefully it will sort out what I've just previously mentioned. Fixed a crash that could occur when reporting a player for an offensive wrap when the player didn't have a wrap on their car. That's a big thing because you could get banned for that, and people, you just get some people that just go around reporting people for the sake of it. And yeah, imagine getting banned for actually not doing out in the game. That's pretty crazy. That is serious business, EA. So yeah, that definitely did need to be fixed. Fixed a few crashes that could occur in the garage. I've never really experienced that on my whole time of Need for Speed. Fixed several other instances where the game could crash. I can remember at the start of the game would crash, but after that I've never really had the problem. So for our last bit, we've got some other bits. So the achievement swapping should no longer be awarded when the user wins an event with a stock engine vehicle. The achievement benefits are nice is now correctly unlocked after finishing 25 events. Cops should now behave smarter when they're chasing a player that is then leaving the game. So they should behave smarter, but they're not really explaining how they are going to behave. But yeah, I'm guessing we'll find out tomorrow. It should no longer be possible to enter the garage after accepting a party invitation to an event. When joining a party or inviting players to one, they should now be unmuted by default. Changing the controller vibrations settings when using an Xbox controller on the PC will now work as intended. No, to be honest, it's very good patch notes. I know it's only patch notes, it's not content updated, but to be honest, I feel like they've done a very good job as well. Especially they fixed quite a lot of things with the car problems, the cars in the garage problems, as well as the UI, which to be honest, the UI was very terrible. It was so terrible. The release time January 28th, which obviously we all do know anyway. So for the PC, that is 9 in the morning UTC. PS4 is 10 and the Xbox One is 11. The estimated file sizes are 3.5 gig for the PC, 5 gig, nearly 6 gig for the PS4, and then we've got nearly 5 gig for the Xbox One. These patch notes are absolutely crazy, and to be honest, they're absolutely wonderful as well. That loads of bug fixes are actually getting fixed, and hopefully next month or the month after we'll then get our first content update, which Max has actually confirmed, but we don't know what it is yet. But once I do, I will have it in a video later on in the coming weeks. So I'll see you in the next one, people. Bye bye.